This is the Advent K112 Keyboard. It's a budget-oriented keyboard that can be had at Curry's PC World at just £6. For that price, you're getting a full-sized rubber dome keyboard with function keys and a number pad. In this review, I would like to discuss just how much keyboard you are getting for £6, as well as the pros and cons of this keyboard, as well as a typing test. I have been using this keyboard for about 5 months before I switched to my current Unicomp new Model M, so I think I might know a bit about how this keyboard feels. However, it should be noted that everything in keyboards is subjective and up to preference. The most obvious pro of this keyboard is the price. In the UK, this keyboard only costs £6, and for that you are getting a full-sized keyboard that works, nothing more, nothing less. This insanely cheap price means that it is a highly practical keyboard that can be used in a whole host of setups, like a budget PC build, a temporary replacement to a broken keyboard, or to buy in bulk for use in an office or school. The price alone makes it highly practical for people who are budget conscious, need a backup in case their main keyboard breaks, or if sheer volume is the only priority. The inclusion of feet at the end of the keyboard is also great for those who prefer a more elevated typing position. Deck flex on the keyboard isn't great, but given that the whole thing is £6, it can be overlooked. However, there are a few subjective downsides to this keyboard. Firstly, there is the power, sleep, and wake up keys, which are located to the right of the function row. I really do not like these keys, as I have shut down my system by accident on more than one occasion by accidentally pressing the keyboard's power button while reaching for something on my desk. Some people may find this feature quite useful, but I highly dislike it. Therefore, I removed the keycap on the power button, as well as the rubber dome underneath it, so that there's absolutely no chance that I accidentally shut down my PC. Given that this is a £6 keyboard, it should not be a surprise that this keyboard is using rubber dome switches. So, being a rubber dome keyboard, it is inherently mushy and lacks any tactility. I personally really like tactility, so to me this keyboard feels like typing on slime. The actuation force also feels very low, and I was making a lot of typos because a mispositioned finger resulted in me pressing 2 keys at once instead of just one. With the pros and cons being said, here's a quick typing test. I am deeply sorry about the audio quality. The typing test was filmed on my £20 webcam, but it should not make too much of a difference though, as the only noise that this keyboard makes is the keycaps hitting the base of the plastic case. So, what are my thoughts on this keyboard? To me, although there are flaws and it is not the nicest keyboard to type on, the cheap price makes it an incredibly compelling choice if you are on a budget. As much as I can go on and on and on about how mushy the keys are and how typing on it feels like moist Play-Doh, if you are considering buying this keyboard, the only concern is, does it work? And the answer to that is a solid yes. If you have more than £6 to shovel around, do consider buying a cheap mechanical keyboard. If you find the right deal, cheap ones can be had for £30, although they cost 5 times the price of what Advent is offering. They do feel much better and is worth considering if you are willing to spend that much on a keyboard.